Most people think they need millions of views or to go viral on YouTube to make money. But the guy I'm about to tell you about proved that theory wrong. Hitting 10K a week with a niche audience and a smart strategy, that's all it takes. The myth about YouTube success is that you need millions of views and millions of subscribers, and that's just not true. But for consultants, advisors, and coaches, the real money is in influential niches, and that's where your power really lies. It's not about fame. You don't need to be famous to be earning good money off of YouTube or other video platforms. You just need to make sure that you've got a good strategy and allow your content to be working for you. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how we took a software engineering consultants business and turned it into a very profitable 10K a week online training business. It's a company that I've been involved in from the start of that development of the digital arm of their business. And so, yeah, let's dive into it. Before I tell you exactly how we transformed this business, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell as well. That way you will never miss an upload and you'll be notified every single time that a video comes out. And of course, if you like the content that I'm sharing with you, then please hit the like button as well. It will really help the channel out and I'd really appreciate it. So some of you, if you're watching this, you will know who the developer is and what the channel is. I'm not going to go into the specifics, but basically we went from 0 subscribers, no digital earnings at all, and we're now sat at over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube and an online training business that is generating hundreds of thousands of pounds a year. Most of that is through an automated sales process, so a lot of the work is already done. But basically, this developer is known for writing an influential book in software engineering, decided during the pandemic that needed to shift focus away from consulting and start earning money in other ways, open up revenue streams for themselves. The channel then started in early 2020, and within 2 years it was sat at over 100,000 subscribers and was earning a significant amount. Since starting the channel, we've been able to do things like increase consultancy prices, sell digital products, sell digital services, open up subscription memberships for supporters, and all of that feeds off of uploading videos onto YouTube every single week. We obviously release a lot more content now than we ever did before, and that's just because the channel has grown. But the secret is to be consistent with that upload schedule. It doesn't have to be every week, it could be every 2 weeks, whatever's going to suit you, but just be consistent and wait for the results to come in. So let's get into the income breakdown of that 10,000 a week. We make about 5,000 a week on digital products and services. That includes courses, workshops, and all of those are pre-recorded. So the work goes in up front. The course is then uploaded to a course site, and then it gets handed over to me to then be able to sell those courses. The way that we then sell those courses is we operate sales funnels. And if you want some more details on what those sales funnels really look like, then subscribe and I'm sure there'll be a video coming out soon on that. And part of that sales funnel is an automated email marketing campaign that we set up. The next source of income comes in the shape of sponsorships. We're lucky to have some channel sponsors on our videos, and they basically trade the amplification of their brand and the cosign of this developer in exchange for a fee each month. And we earn about 3,000 a week from those sponsorships. Next up is YouTube AdSense, and this is where most people think people earn money from YouTube, and that's really not the case. You get paid by cost per mile, which means that you have a certain fee for every 1,000 views that you get on a video. Then finally it's book sales, and we have multiple books that we push traffic to, and we basically make 500 quid a week off of those books. So just remember that is only from our digital activities. That doesn't include anything from consulting services or any events that we might get requests for. But as the channel has become so popular, we've been able to increase the consulting prices by about 3 times since the beginning of the channel. Not only that, but this developer gets to choose whatever the projects that he goes and works on for those consulting services. He can choose the cool projects that he's really interested in. So you're probably thinking, yeah, that's great, that breakdown, but how does this work for me? And so let's get into what we did right. So the way that I see it is we made 4 really smart moves. So the first one being focused on really high value problems that developers can search for. In my last video, we spoke about how to break down big overarching topics into smaller pieces that would be really digestible for YouTube viewers. And part of that process is thinking about what people are actually searching for in Google or YouTube when they're looking for advice on that topic. Number 2 is that we came up with a system for people to be able to navigate through our videos. So we would expect them to first come into our content on one video that might be far reaching, and then layer it down until we get to something that is much more niche. This way we're expecting viewers to enter our YouTube channel, stay on our YouTube channel, and watch multiple videos. That's the kind of thing that the YouTube algorithm really likes. So number 3, and this is a tip for any of you experts, consultants that I know struggle with burnout. It's a really common thing with consultants. And that is to think about how you can repurpose your content. So one video on YouTube per week should be able to fill your social media pages, shorts feeds, TikToks, email campaigns, what have you, for that whole week. You shouldn't have to think about having to produce too many complex content ideas in 1 week. This way you're not going to stress yourself out too much, especially when you still need to focus a lot more on the traditional side of your business. So although this developer was seen as an expert in this field, the trust and brand awareness has been increased over 100 times more than it was before. And part of that is sharing those really valuable tips online for free. This isn't about entertaining people. This is about being a trusted expert. If you're thinking that this is something that you'd like to achieve too, it is possible. And even if you're just getting started, here are some actionable steps that you can take right now to get going. First of all, choose a niche or a tech topic that you already are helping clients with. You know their problems, you know what they need to solve them. Stick to your real bread and butter topics. Answer those questions that people already ask you, because those are the same questions that they're going to be asking Google and YouTube too. Record simple, direct videos like this. It doesn't need to be flashy. You don't need magic graphics here and there and everywhere. It just needs to be something simple where you can really share your expertise and they can begin to trust you as the expert that you are. And lastly, add one monetizable layer. It doesn't have to be sponsors. It doesn't have to be a book that you've got. It doesn't even have to be anything that you get paid for right now. Instead, you can start thinking about the long game and set up a mailing list where you can capture people's data, but also put them into pockets of your mail list where they are grouped up by their interests or questions that they need answering. That way in the future you can really give those groups what they're asking for and ask for some decent money in return. After all, you are sharing your year's worth of experience. This developer didn't blow up overnight, but he played the long game smart. We did. And if you're ready to do that kind of thing and turn what you're already doing into something much more scalable, then you're really only just one upload away. If you are just starting out and you need some help with that kind of content and sales funnel stuff, I've created this content customer roadmap, which kind of outlines where you need to go, where you need to focus your energies, and basically takes you through the customer journey to the point in which they watch your first video and the point in which they are willing to buy something off of you online. So if you want that, there's a link in the description below. It'll take you off to join my mailing list and you'll get that basically straight to your inbox. It's completely free and it'll basically just give you a really good outline, especially if you're not someone that's familiar with digital marketing techniques. So yeah, that's basically what I do. That I help consultants and advisors, tech experts, turn their content into real value online. So if you did find this useful, please hit the subscribe button and like the video too. It really helps. And yeah, get in touch if you have any similar stories. I'd love to hear about some other people's success in this kind of stuff. Cheers then.